Hello, this is my video essay on Lorraine Hansberry's classic 1959 play, A Raisin in the Sun. Because this presentation has to be under 5 minutes, I'm gonna rush through this really quick. Okay, first of all, this is probably my favorite play that I've ever read. I've read it probably 3 times, and I enjoy it every time. One of my favorite passages from the whole play is where Benita and Asagai are having a conversation about the fact that Walter Lee gave all the money away, and I think it's one of the most profound pieces of writing I've ever read. It starts like this: Benita, independence, and then what? What about all the crooks and thieves and just plain idiots who will come into power and steal and plunder the same as before? Only now they will be black and do it all in the name of the new independence. What about them? Asagai, that will be the problem for another time. First we must get there. Benita, and where does it end? Asagai, and who even spoke of an end? To life, to living? Benita, an end to misery, to stupidity. Don't you see that there isn't any real progress, Asagai? There's only one large circle, and we march in, around and around, each of us with our own little picture in front of us, our own little mirage that we think is the future. Asagai, that is the mistake. Benita, what? What you said is just what you said about the circle. It isn't a circle, it is simply a long line. As in geometry, you know, one that reaches into infinity, and because we cannot see the end, we also cannot see how it changes, and it is very odd, but those who see the changes, who dream, who will not give up, are called idealists, and those who see only in the circle, we call them the realists. Benita, Asagai, while I was sleeping in that bed and there people... Anyway, basically what I got out of it is that, like, bad things will always happen, but what makes a good person is somebody who tries, even though they know in a way that it'll be futile in some way. So I thought that was very profound. Now that I've gotten the boring part out of the way, I'd like to say which characters from this play I think are like specific superheroes, starting with Mama. Mama is definitely Wonder Woman because she brings a family together, and her plant symbolizes her tending to her family, just like Wonder Woman tends to her family of Amazons on her home planet. As for Walter Lee, or brother, he is Superman, because like Superman, Walter wants many things in his life that he can't have, like a normal life, because Superman, he has to walk around with glasses on, and I don't think that's really him, and that's kind of like Walter in his life. He has to walk around being a chauffeur, but he really... As for Benita, or Benitha, she is Tony Stark, or Iron Man, because she's sort of like the bad boy, or like the rebel of the group, and she's the most educated, and she has a lot of quick, witty comebacks, and she really drives the team forward. And I think, as for Ruth is Catwoman, because maybe she doesn't say as much as the other members of the family. Like Catwoman, she takes the quieter road, but when she does pitch in to say something, it's always vital to what the team wants. And it's also, she really led the charge to move into the new apartment, and I think that's... And as for Tavis, he's like Robin from Batman and Robin, because he likes to stick close to his dad and his grandma, Lena younger, and he brings a lot to the team, but he also he needs guidance, and he's just a young kid. And altogether they make up the Revengers, which is like, it's a big group of superheroes, and all they want to do is just break new ground in a social justice cause. And I think I'd just like to say some really funny words that I love from this play. Number 1, Peckerwoods, which is what Miss Johnson calls the rich upper-class white people in Chicago. She says, quote, "But you have to think of life like it is, and these here Chicago Peckerwoods is some bad Peckerwoods." It talks a lot about the American dream, which I think is vital in this story, because like the Jeffersons, which is also the name of Walter Lee's imaginary / fantasy butler, they're moving on up, and I think they're breaking new ground. And also the word crackers is really funny.